Have you ever wished to have an easy way to debug your 3D applications on the web? Because honestly, it's really frustrating when you have a blank canvas and you don't have any error on the console whatsoever. The struggle is finally over because this is TresJS Vue Devtools. Last week, we released the version 3.7.0 of the core package of TresJS. And with this, it came really anticipated and highly requested Vue Devtools integration. So if we go here to the Vue Devtools, this is a normal DevTools. As components, it will show us the Tres Canvas component, but as you can see, it doesn't show you any of the objects or the components that we have inside because they are done with a different custom render. So if you go here and you click on TresJS, you now have a custom scene graph of your scene right here. But why I'm so excited about this feature? Because it finally provides a good developer experience to developers that are using 3JS, in this case with Vue.js using TresJS. And it gives you all the information that you need to tweak and refine your 3D scenes without any complex workarounds. So to give it a try, just make sure you install the latest version of the TresJS core package. And once you do, and you go here to the Vue Devtools, this is the scene graph. So the scene graph is gonna give you right away some info about your 3D scene and its children. In this case, we have a perspective camera, so it gives us information about, for example, the field of view and also the position of the camera, which can be really handy. As well, we have an ambient light, so here it gives you information about the intensity. So these are like the arguments of the light and the color of the light. Here we have several meshes, so they correspond to the actual meshes that you see here, like the cone or like triangle, pyramid. This one have the ID or the name, okay? And that's because we added the name on the code. So if you name your components, you're gonna see them here. For the directional light is similar to what happened with the ambient light. So we have the color here and as well as like the intensity of it. So let me show you what happened if you select one of the objects. So let's select the mesh right here, like the sphere. Once you click it, you're gonna notice, and maybe I have to zoom in a little bit here, that it's been highlighted by the DevTools so you can see what's going on there and which one is selected. So inside of here, if we move this a little bit, here is the inspection of the object itself, or the instance. Here we have like the ID, the name, and the position, for example, of the object. So it's in X2, Y2, we have the rotation, we have all the properties available on that sphere. We can even see the geometry that is used. So in this case, it's a sphere geometry. This is pretty handy, and also the material. So we can see that the material, if we go down a little bit, we can check what's the color. So it's RGB color. If it has an emissive, like a lot of information right here. So this is amazing. We like provide here like the basic info, but then you can click on it and just inspect further, like more information about the properties, okay? Something that I also want to show is that you can filter the state. So you can go here and say, I want to just check the position of it. So here is gonna filter for the position, and it also allows you to edit the position of the object, meaning that you could potentially modify your scene and see where is the best position for this object right here. The way you can do it, if, for example, these are numbers, so it's a vector, and if we want to translate a little bit the sphere on the x-axis, we just need to use this. And look, how awesome is this? This is something that I was dreaming of since the beginning of this project. So we can modify all the different axes and just move around the object without the need of creating custom controls. For example, using TwigPaint or TresJS package, you can do it directly from the DevTools. So I added a model here so you can see how it's represented in the scene graph. and how you can see any model that you export, for example, from Blender into your 3D scene. So normally models are just basically a group with a lot of meshes inside. So here we have the group cube, and this mesh, for example, is all the cube here, and this one is probably the eyes of whatever is inside. So you can see that it's also being highlighted, and you can see all the properties right here. We could even take the group itself and also modify it. So let's change the scale, for example, like this. And that's how a model will look like. Another important thing that I added is these yellow badges here, and those represent the memory usage of each part of your scene for performance optimizations. So for example, the group here, the model is occupying an amount of like 489 kilobytes in the memory, and how much this mesh and this mesh contributes to that. So you can see that a sphere, for example, is way lighter than a model. And that's pretty much what the TresJS Vue Devtools offer. So if you like this new feature that we just developed, let us know in the comments below. Please drop a like and subscribe to see more news on the TresJS ecosystem, as well as new content about Vue.js Knox. See you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.